Hello there, Tyrant here, and I just finished watching the series finale of The Ancient Magus Bride. I still can't pronounce that, even though it's the final episode, but cut me some slack. So, final episode. Let's split it into two parts. It kind of is. So, you get Chisei trying to fight off Contemplus / Joseph, and this Ein's Eye guy dude, the ultra ancient dude who even Elias is a bit wary about. Apparently he's kind of behind all this a little bit. Like, okay. He literally just came out of nowhere and it was like, what's happening? And Chisei's like trying to beat down Joseph. There's this whole thing and this whole battle thing that happens. And Elias shows up. I know it's really, I'm talking a lot, but for a finale, it, the second part is, interesting too, but what felt like it was going to be a very intense fight between Joseph and, this Ein's Eye guy, and Elias and Ruth and Chisei didn't. It was an interesting ordeal. This whole conflict that happened was really interesting. It Elias kind of transformed into another thing with the help of a fairy after he ate it, kind of, and it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just something, and then he kind of just killed him. Like, what? We later learn he's not dead, but just then Joseph with Chisei kind of going back and forth verbally. There's a lot of intensity in there. I can't literally repeat it because it's really good words for that. It's something you would want to say to someone who's hurting in that extreme level and who has been hurt in that level. It's really those are powerful words you have there. And then Chisei gets stabbed and fuck. And then something about binding each other. There's so much happening. It's hard to explain, but it was intense. And not as intense as I thought it was going to be for a fight. It wasn't a great fight. It was an intense fight, but not that great. And it resolved itself with a simple song. This show has always had really good music. So when it kind of ended with this kind of sleeping spell, with putting Joseph to kind of rest with, in a way, which okay, so that's how it goes. But she still has a giant hole inside her and she's about to die. This is where it kind of ended and transitioned to the second part. So it kind of just goes back to kind of normal after they put Joseph to sleep. He's not dead, he's just asleep. And Chisei is kind of in her dream state, and she's the Joseph that's inside, or Contemplus that's inside of Chisei at that point, kind of makes a deal with the dragon to not kill her so soon. She'll die because of the dragon, but not as soon as it would have, which is interesting because you're gonna die eventually, but not right now or as soon. That's kind of life. So okay. Then she wakes up and Elias is there, and she's recovered. She has her eyes back. She doesn't have this the demonic arm anymore. Kind of normal, but it's still there. The dragon arm's still there, but it's not giant. So, and she wakes up and they start bickering again, it's nothing it's a normal thing, and it's just that. And Silky runs in and yeah, it just kind of just goes back to normalcy. And it's strange to see in a way because of what happened prior, and it just kind of intensified and dipped. But when it dipped, if you just let it just go with the flow, you got this you saw Chise going to Stella's house for her birthday. You know, all that awkwardness of that. You got Chise picking up a gift from shoot what's that woman's name, but that, and it ends with this like beautiful scene of Chise in a wedding dress, I would say. You know, a nice white dress with a veil, presenting Elias with some magic rings that are able to kind of detect each other, and you know, it's a very sweet scene, and it's something interesting. It's kind of oh, sorry, it just kind of feels a little, in a way, it kind of feels forced. But knowing that it's the finale and how they've been done, because even Chise feels like, you know, she states that, you know, like she still hates that the body she's in, but she's grateful for what she's gained in this past year plus, the people, the struggles, and knowing that Elias has been there with her has made it, for the most part. There's better words for that, but you know what I mean. And it kind of ends with Elias saying that she is his bride, like it was back then, and it ended sweetly. And even if you cut it at the credits, you kind of miss this little fun scene at the end credits, where she's still they're like, you still want to be my apprentice, like, yeah, and you know, then she's still embarrassed to call him teacher, and it's like you know, she's willing to be his bride, but teacher, just give me some slack. So for a finale, I really enjoyed it. Like a lot happened. There's a lot of things that are still kind of left out in the open, but not too bad. Like some of the bigger things are kind of settled in, and we get left with the wonderful scene. And I'll have my full thoughts when I'll work on that, to let you know what I thought of the whole series in itself. But for this episode, I really enjoyed it. I would have thought the battle scene could have been more intense, but you know, given what we were, it was still a spectacular fight. I personally thought it was just gonna be bigger, but to fit it in for this half hour, and got what we got, I think it was alright. So, and then the whole wedding scene, I would say that was beautifully done. So I'm gonna leave it at that. It's over now. Huh. Alright, thanks again for watching. Until next time.